name is Jennifer, and today I have a somewhat of a sunset look for you, if I could say that. If you would like to see how I achieve this look, stay tuned. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to start out first with my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Foundation. This is in the number 20, which is, I do believe, the lightest one that you can get. I bought this at Sephora, and I'm just going to be taking that on a MAC foundation brush and blending it out. The one thing I love about this foundation is the coverage. It gets rid of everything, so you don't have to use concealer. Next up comes my Rimmel Stay Matte, and I'm going to use this in the color Transparent just to set my foundation there. I'm really going to focus on the T-zone and kind of work it into the cheeks a little bit using small circular motions. Next up, I'm going to do my contouring. I'm going to take my favorite contour brush. This one happens to be from MAC. And I'm going to take my Motives by Lauren Reidinger. I'm going to use the Contour Compact. And I'm just going to use the middle bronzing color as well as the end highlight color. This I usually do along my cheekbones, make a little kissy face down the bridge of my nose and on my chin a little bit. Now to brighten this whole look up a little bit, I'm going to use a little bit of blush with a blush brush, and that is MAC Blushbaby. My favorite step to this whole thing is the Revlon Photo Ready Powder. This is in number 10, Fair/Light, and this is what I use to kind of sculpt out my cheeks a bit more, kind of bring a little bit more light to the forehead, the chin, and under the eye area. Like I said, this is something that you use to contour. If you want to skip this step, you can, or if you prefer to contour with a foundation, you can do that as well. So the first thing that I'm going to use is a primer. Now this is the eyeshadow primer in Milk from NYX, and this is more so a jumbo eyeshadow pencil, but I find that it doesn't crease and it's going to make the color just pop because it's a white background as opposed to a skin background. Next, on a flat shader brush, I'm going to pack on a color from MAC that is called Chrome Yellow. This is one you can only get online. They no longer sell it at the counter, so definitely go online, order what you can. They usually have free shipping and stuff like that. Just make sure you sign up for their email alerts. That is the best thing to do. And if you are a cosmetologist, esthetician, any of those things, makeup artist, you can always do your MAC Pro discount. Next, I'm going to be taking a color called Hot Hot Hot, and this is also from MAC, taking that and packing it onto the outer V with a shader brush. Next, going back in with a fluffy blending brush, I'm going to be taking the color Hot 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 and kind of sculpting / smoking out the outer V, kind of into the shape that I want to form for my eye. And yes, it does take a bit of practice to try to smoke your eyeshadow out exactly how you want it, so just keep blending. Now for a smoother transition, I'm going to take the color Off the Page from MAC, and on a flat shader brush, I'm just going to pull that from the outer reddish burnt part to the inner yellow part to try to make a smoother transition. Going back in with a fluffy blending brush, I'm going to be taking the middle bronzed color from the Motives Contour Compact and kind of tying the whole look together by putting this in the rest of my crease that I did not put that Hot 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 color into, and kind of blending everything out and making it mesh into one. For the bottoms of the eyes, I'm going to be taking an angled brush along with my Coastal Scents 88 color eyeshadow palette, finding the deepest blue I can. I'm going to be pulling from the outer corner into the almost middle of the lower lash line. Next, I'm going to be taking that same angled brush and taking the limest green I can find. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. And I'm going to start that at the inner corner and swoop it all the way out to the end so that blue kind of turns into a teal color. So when they combine together, it is a beautiful transition, which you know that I love. Now to bring some light into the eye, I'm actually going to take a color from MAC called Crystal Avalanche on a tiny little brush there and put this in the inner corner of the eye. Next up, to keep with the whole teal on the lower lash line, we're going to line our waterline with a teal liner, and this one was a limited edition one from MAC called Float On By. Now, to give the eye some more definition, I chose a black liner for the upper lash line. This is one from Motives. It's a precision black eyeliner. I prefer the felt tip pens, or like the little bucket ones that Almay has. I don't like the gel ones where you have to use the brush and the gel. I'm just not a huge fan of it. But this is something really simple, really easy. I'm just taking from the inner portion, winging it out just a little bit on the end there. Just like I said, something to give your lashes a little more thickness. It's not so much for the pretty line, it's more so to make sure that we see the upper lash line because of all the color that we've packed on the top. Next up, one of my favorite steps, it's going to be our mascara, and I'm using the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express Waterproof Mascara. I've already applied one coat. This is the second coat while I was going over it. Apply generous coats, as we want this to be as dramatic as possible without having to add false lashes. Next up, we're going to fill in our brows quick. I'm just using the color Like a Virgin from the Too Faced I Love palette. Now, this actually came for free when you were a Sephora Insider. I believe I've said this before. This is just matching my hair perfectly, so that's why I enjoy using this eyeshadow instead of a brow product. Now for lips, I'm not going to get too crazy. I know I want the focal point of this look to be the eyes, so I'm going to use a cream sheen from MAC called Creme de Nude, followed by a gloss called English Accents, which is kind of a purpley pinky that I'm going to place over that to kind of define our lips just a bit more. And that is the completed look. I hope that you all enjoyed this video so much today. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also click subscribe, and you can also follow me outside of the YouTube universe on Instagram at Beauty by Jennifer Pearson. Stay beautiful. Bye!